Top of your head.
Yeah, I think I remember all of them. So against Cocopium banned was Chaos Knight, makes sense.
Hmm.
Then Tiny was banned, very meta. Then it was Huskar, and
Oh.
then because he's very meta at the moment as well, high win rate hero. And then there was another target, and it was Sand King. So two of the
Okay.
bans are exactly the same so far. If they ban Chaos Knight and I've already forgotten the hero I said, it's Huskar, Chaos Knight and Huskar, then it's exactly the same bans.
Yeah, Huskar's an interesting one. I've played a little bit of Huskar recently, and yeah, he's super strong late game. I don't think his early game's really
Oh,
good
have
at
you?
all anymore.
Okay, I
His
mean,
damage early game, for me at least, I was maxing his passive, right, the one that gives him the little bit of
Berserker's
magic
Blood.
resistance
Yeah.
and attack speed. Burning Spears just didn't seem to do that much damage early game, and maybe I'm just playing it wrong. But once you hit this kind of mid game and you get items like Halberd and Aghanim's, you are so strong. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Aghanim's alone is such an amazing item because of the taunt effect on it. If you have a really hard to lock down target, let's say like an Ember Spirit, a Storm Spirit, something like that, as long as you hit the ult, they are taunted for a good 3 or 4 seconds, and you can just beat into them. Yeah, it's amazing.
They did actually have to nerf Huskar in the last patch by taking his agi gain down, but I agree, the free magic resistance given to the Berserker's Blood was amazing. And the fact that he's a hero with no lockdown, who gets the most ridiculously good lockdown given to him by the Aghanims, it's like 3 seconds or something to taunt. It's not like a 1-second taunt or something. It's a very long lockdown on a spell that has like a 20-second cooldown. It's crazy.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
3-second taunt duration, and he gains an extra 300 cast range.
does it? Oh, that is a good. That's like the old Sven, isn't it? The Sven who just pressed one button to engage in a fight. Exactly the same. Buy Ags, run into fights. I hate playing against it. I mean, you have to get a Yules or something if you're playing against the Huskar to dodge it, or Blink or something like that.
Yeah, super strong. And then also the shard you can cast while disabled. So even if people are stunning you and hitting you, you can just cast your shard stun. And it heals you as well.
It's a disarm, yeah. Big disarm, big knockback. That is a very good spell. I can't remember what it used to be. I think a long time ago his Q was just a heal. You just cast
inner
on
vitality,
yourself.
wasn't it? Yeah, you just got more heal.
And it was kind of boring. Now it's this knockback, disarm, damage. It just does everything. He's a very good hero. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get banned this game, interesting enough. They actually banned away the techies, so Kinder maybe off the high of a win, thinking of playing it twice, and they just don't want to deal with it. I mean, it's super an annoying hero, super high damage. I think honestly the biggest annoying change for him is that now in lane he has like 60 damage or something stupid because they buffed his attack damage, didn't they?
It's still
when they
it's
changed
50.
how the hero works.
It's 50, but he has 700 attack range. They didn't take away his obnoxiously long attack range, but gave him 12 base damage to go with it. So now he's an annoying lane harasser. Yeah, absolutely hideous. Well, there's the other lane dominating hero, Jakiro, but I'm sure that's Weaver support if it's first picked. We've seen a lot of Weaver support in our last games. Seems like the nerfs weren't quite enough to, discourage people. But Skywrath, that's Kinder's other go-to, isn't it? If the techies is banned, so that's imagining what we're seeing.
Yep.
Debate Mill, Spirit Break, we've seen that the last in-house do very, very well. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're kind of opening with your off-lane hero with Dire, with Spirit Breaker, Skywrath. Those heroes are not really played anywhere else in the off-lane, so even if it was a 3 Skywrath 4, I mean, I guess it could be Skywrath mid. I've seen that a couple of times as of late due to the E-Blade change, but
the
most
E-Blade
likely going to
change.
be your off-lane pick.
What they did to Skywrath in the last patch was take a little bit of magic amp away from his silence, Ancient Seal, but they did buff all the rest of his spells a little bit, so he's not so reliant on it. But I agree, the new E-Blade is great. Mana regen from Kaya as well as a spell amp, perfect. It gives int now instead of agi, perfect. It still amplifies your damage by 40%. So it's everything Skywrath needs. And for some weird reason, the 40% damage amp is also itself amped by spell amp, which makes no sense. So it becomes like a 50% amp, which is already, I don't know, it's like you've got some almost multiplicative amping going on here. It's very odd.
Yeah, I feel like the active being buffed is just stupid because it's a number written in a tooltip that shouldn't change.
Yeah, I don't.
It's attached to the item, not the hero itself. But
it's very strange. Yeah, it's very strange. But anyway, Skywrath is pretty good against a hero like Weaver, actually. Really long silence. Yeah. Weavers tend to be greedy and not go boots. So you silence a Weaver, well, he just dies. He probably can't even move out of the Mystic Flare.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Yeah, no, great point. And I think maybe later in the game it won't be so impactful once the Weaver potentially, if it's a support Weaver, goes Ags, Blink Dagger, something like that, they can sit very far back and save almost instantly before Skywrath can do anything.
True. Good against saving against Skywrath's ultimate combo. Last game, even though they did manage to lose, Miles was playing the Omni Knight, and his dispels were so on point. Just having save is great in this game.
So it's super good because you can play really aggressive as a core as well. If you know that someone behind you is going to save you, you can really like put the pressure on. You can making a mistake here and there, and you're completely fine with it because you have that hero behind you to save your life. So super nice hero.
I love having save, yeah. The only problem with Weaver's save is he has absolutely none until he buys Ags. And if the game's going badly, that can take a very long time. It can be 25 minutes, you still don't have this Weaver save. So, and I mean, he's going to be charged by Spirit Breaker, then silenced and blown up by Skywrath. That is quite a deadly combo. So we'll see what he can do.
Bunch of second phase core bans then. So Puck and Windranger banned away from Boulder Serial along with the PL. So 2 Nat targeted bans, I would say. And then just a strong carry. I think Kiwi's played a little bit of PL recently, so maybe they're just worried of that.
Ah, has he? Okay. That makes sense. Nat did play Puck last game, and it was second pick that picked in the first phase. Still went mid, still did very well. So I think it makes sense. Just get rid of the Puck. And they went for Ogre, which means Spirit Breaker either pos 3 or it means Skywrath mid. But I still think Skywrath mid is unlikely.
It's be Ogre 5, right?
Ogre 5, yeah, with the Spirit Breaker 3 with running with a Skywrath. I mean, Spirit Breaker Skywrath, that's a very deadly lane and really good ganking duo. So I like it, yeah. Ogre means... I wonder what core you're going to go with Ogre.
Yeah, I mean, anything that really wants to attack a lot, right? I mean, PA is always nice with Ogre. I always love having Bloodlust when I play PA. How it does into Weaver Jakira, though, I'm not so sure. Kind of a rough lane, I would feel.
Yeah, double melee lane is a little bit tricky there.
Yeah, so you could look towards range cores. I mean, something like a Drow Ranger might be quite appealing this game.
Yeah, you got lots of front line to protect you. So it definitely makes sense. Attack speed for free, also very nice. Boost speed.
Who is the safe lane player on Boulder Serial? I think, who's the double dash guy? Is that?
That is a guy called Ted. He is an immortal player. Okay. I'm not sure who he plays, really. Juju played the Lifestealer last time. Backwards Hello is who's called Pina. He was playing off lane Night Stalker. Miles was playing Pos 4, and Kokopian was playing Pos 5 Shadow Shaman, yes. Oh, they've gone for Mars, okay. We don't see that here as often as I think we should. He's still a very, very solid laner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love it so far. I don't really think it... I mean, you can spear away a Spirit Breaker charging you. I don't know if the knockback works or if it just slows the Spirit Breaker. I assume it displaces him and stops the charge. I'm not sure. And I also don't know how it works with Arena. If he tries to charge into the Arena wall, what happens? Does he keep charging until the Arena's gone? Or
no, I think you... Oh, that's a good point. You just bang your head against it repeatedly.
Yeah, but you're on the outside, so technically you're not being hit by the soldiers in the inside. Interesting.
You can't get yourself into the Arena, though, if you're on the outside, so I'm not sure. But I mean,
I don't know how that's going to work.
Any of those heroes trapped in Arena can't leave, so that's always good. Void Spirit, he's still a pretty good hero. E-Blade is now very, very good on Void Spirit. Because it was already a good choice, and now it's a super, super good choice. So that's the item to pick for him. Sure,
yeah, it might be a little bit rough in the early mid game. Yeah, for the Skyro silence, because it's again a very long silence. Skyro now has 2 targets which are great to silence, so I would expect Skyro to max it. I would in this game if I was playing Skyro, because it's a 6-second silence at max rank on a hero that is all about mobility through his spells. Yeah, I mean, you want to lock that down as soon as you can.
I would be maxing it second, absolutely. Like at the very least, maxing it second, maybe even some points early. Yeah, don't leave.
The issue is that if you don't max it early enough and get ahead of the Void, then the Void will just one-shot you. It will just kill you before you could react.
He will kill you very quickly, yeah. And Void will be most likely building Aghanims, because you can't really play Void without Aghanims these days, unless you're going for the old classic right-click Void, which is not so popular these days. Rubik, well, we're not going to see that mid, or are we? No, I think we are.
Might do. He's played a lot recently, hasn't he?
Last game he played mid Rubik really didn't go well for him, though. Sometimes, who said it in chat? Decate was watching. And he said, problem with Rubik mid is he's very vulnerable. And then that game literally was one shot every single time by anything, because Rubik is just made of paper. So you have to be super careful if you're playing it as a mid. And it might be okay. As long as Void Spirit doesn't insta-kill him every time, he'll be fine.
I think that's the thing, yeah. And he's also going to be susceptible to the Mars Arena as well, because Blink Arena, Spear, and Rubik, like you said, is paper and will die. So has to be careful in the mid Rubik this game. Yeah, I mean, he's maybe picking it because he wants to play it because it's fun. I mean, this team won the first game, right? So they're actually kind of content if they can just have fun this game.
That's true. It goes 1-1, so you don't really care. I mean, Rubik is a lot of fun to play with the double ult, double stolen spells. So last time he was so sort of behind and struggling, he never got to build Aghanims. He was too busy buying other items that he needed. But if you can get the Ags, I mean, should we theorycraft? Are there any really good spell combos here? I mean, you're unlikely to get Arena and Spear from Mars.
That would be pretty cool, though.
I know. That would be great. You just become Mars. Oh, Slark, last pick. Okay, makes sense. You got good Dispel. If you're not insta-silenced by Skyrath, at least, you'll be fine. But if you are, you're not fine. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, it's a super interesting matchup, isn't it? Because if the Skyrath uses the silence too early, the Slark dispels it and kills you.
Oh, you're dead.
If you let him dart back first, then he's silenced for 6 seconds. And again, another hero that doesn't like to be silenced in the early game. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting. But if the Slark can eventually get his BKB, then he's fine. He's absolutely fine. Murder the Skyrath. So we'll see.
You've got to be looking for a pos 1 here for Kiwi, right?
Yeah, Faceless Void. There's the Chrono the Slark, Chrono the Void. It makes perfect sense. I mean, Weaver can use his ultimate to save someone, but only with Aghanims. So I like the Void here a lot. You've got Skyrath Void. I mean, that is just an age-old combo. Chrono, and then just pick someone to die. And that can be the Slark easily. So I like it. Yeah, really good Void game, definitely.
Yeah, you can jump out of the Mars arena as well. So if you live through the initial burst of his combo, you can just time walk it all off and be outside, which is super nice in lane.
What is that helmet? He's got like a orb face. I've not seen that before.
Yeah,
it's
it was
horrible.
from the last Battle Pass Cavern Crawl. This is the alternate style, which is all purpley.
Just that face is just, yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
I like the helmets, is cool. I like the arm guards. I like the Mjolnir. Yeah, very cool.
I mean, he's literally a faceless void, right?
True, you can put anything in his face, really, and it does technically work. Brandishing the 21-2 Slark.
Ooh, so it's a backwards hello, pos 1.
I know Kin is a massive fan of Skyrath. And Skyrath Void, it is deadly, so we'll see what they can do with it.
Well, this puts the Weaver into pos 4, I assume. Jakiro 5 then?
Prepare for battle.
I would assume so. Yes.
Yeah, looks correct.
I found...
Yeah, I mean, Spirit Breaker against Slark is such an interesting matchup, right? Because the Slark wants to hit you to steal stats. The Spirit Breaker wants to hit you to bash you. But who wins out of these trades? If there's bad RNG on bashes, the Slark is just going to eat him alive, right? He's just going to steal all his strength and just chop him apart.
I mean, Debate Mail's stats are absolutely insane. But like you said, Slark loves prolonged fights. As long as he's not being burst, he is going to win. Taking away your stats and gaining Agi, I think you win every time if the fight goes on more than, 10 seconds. You need a stick against Kinder because he's also going to be spamming you with that concussive blast. We'll see. We will see. I never liked Bracer first. I play a lot of offlane. I'm a much bigger fan of the Quelling Blade into double gauntlets because then you can also pick up 2 mangoes. You can get so many more items than just starting with a whole Bracer.
Yeah.
I don't like
I think I would agree. You kind of see that on Debate Mail. He has double gauntlet into Quelling Blade. Are they denying this ward?
I like this start. Why are they denying it immediately? They've only just
they knew Backwards Hello saw them place it, but they've denied it instantly. Yeah, you can see the ping. So I guess they're now going to waste a sentry and not get the gold. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if denying it is the correct play.
Well, it saves 100 gold, I suppose, something like that. Chasing Kiwi into lane. They've seen somewhat. He hasn't leveled any spells yet. Kiwi's also not leveled up even his Time Walk. Just saved himself from some damage. Decides not to.
So Void Spirit versus Rubik mid. 3-6, I think it's got to be Rubik favored, right? Because the majority of Void Spirit's damage block is from right clicks, and Rubik just does a ton of damage with Fade Bolt.
So. The bolt hurts really badly. But do you know what? Nat did something last game, which I'm not sure. I understand the logic, but I'm not sure it worked out well for him. But he took no points in telekinesis till he was about level 8. He decided to go double Arcane Supremacy to make his Fade Bolt super strong. But having no telekinesis meant when anybody got on top of him, they just killed him. Absolutely 0 defensive spells, so I think he really should consider 1-point telekinesis, even if he wants the stronger Fade Bolt. But we'll see. Maybe he'll just go for it again and be greedy and expect him to pick up something like Astral Step or Dissimulate. Quite nice for Rubik. Okay, actually, a really nice hero to play against Weaver because you can just basically tank him.
Yeah, and the nice thing about Ignite being DPS, right, is that he doesn't remove it with Sakuchi, so as long as that connects, you are going to do damage to him.
Exactly, yeah.
He's not the tankiest hero in the world, Weave, either.
Nope, very squishy. 16 base strength. Only a couple heroes have strength that low. Top of my head, it's a couple other ranged heroes like Clinks and Drow Ranger, 16 strength. So very, very squishy hero. Anyway, nothing super exciting happening as of yet. I'm trying to work out where First Blood's going to happen. I'm thinking top lane somehow. Oh, Weaver taking a lot of damage. Does have Sakuchi. He's going for the courier snipe. Only
Agreed.
25 gold is really not that much. I know it's to every player, but early game, quite pathetic. So just stop him getting his items for a while. But he already got the item he needed. He got the stick. Get a charge every Sakuchi. Ignite. Oh, he dodges the ignite. Sakuchi. There's high-fiving happening between the cores.
Because they're just hitting each other, and just hitting the creeps. They don't care. The support's having more fun than they are right now.
That's true. You know when you get one of those games where both cores realize they're not going to harass each other out the lane, so you just sit there and farm. You go, well, we'll just farm. The Kiwi actually, he's not just letting him farm. He is doing some big right clicks. 2 points in time lock. Decent chance to proc 16%.
Leaves him hanging as well. The disrespect on this man.
Keep someone hanging. I would never do that.
Even the enemy team, everyone deserves a little bit of love, you know?
Exactly. And that, this time, he heard me through the cast. He did pick up telekinesis, which I think was the correct play, because you do need something to survive. I think he realized that from his last game, that the Creed cost him. Fade bot? Yeah, nice. Oh, maxing Dissimulate first.
Yeah, I think this is because of the magic damage from Rubik, right? You'd rather have the extra burst on Dissimulate if you're trying to kill someone than the base absorb going up and the absorb hero going up, when really you're not doing any physical damage. You're not taking any physical damage.
Yeah, it's true. They got the bugs on them. The problem with the bugs now, the really big nerf to support Weaver, or any Weaver really, is it only takes 3 hits to kill the bugs and the first 2 ranks to spell. It used to always be 4. So you kill the bugs a whole attack earlier. That's the massive nerf to him. Yet somehow he's still a really, really popular offlaner. I mean, support player. I don't know why. The nerfs just weren't enough.
It's annoying.
He is very annoying. But Ogre doesn't really care. He just kind of shrugs off the Weaver and goes, ah, whatever. I've got enough health regen. I'll ignite you. I'll right-click you back. They're actually going to go on Mars. Yeah, they will get it. They got a Mango as well, so they can get a stun off. How much damage does a stun do? Only 70. First blood. One more right click. One more right click. He's actually dying to the bug. He actually is going to die. Oh, somewhat tries to hit his bug as well, but Cocopium gets the return kill. And he's not going to get anything else there. But bot lane, there was a kill onto Jabate now. It's really nice for Slark to get a kill that early. Look how much bonus agi he had. He had 12 stacks when I looked at him. That's a lot of autos. And he didn't even take Orb of Corrosion, which most Slarks pretty much go for. He instead wanted Infuse Raindrops. I think makes a lot of sense.
It's a weird one if you use raindrops against Scarif, because you're going to take spell damage so often that you're spending 210 gold, but you do block a considerable amount of damage, right? It's probably about 100 per raindrop.
Yeah, so you're blocking 6.
Spending 210 gold. Is it 210 for raindrops? It is, right?
200. Oh, it's
225. So you're spending 225 gold to block like 600 damage, which is a lot of damage, you know? It's like 2 salves.
Yeah, you also get the mana regen while it's up as well. See, look, that's a bit of block. You know, you also block Greater Bash, which is magic damage as well, interestingly. Yeah, it stops you being burst. It's quite nice if you go for an all them. Where the Mars is, Kiwi being forced out the lane. He didn't go for Morbid Mask first. He went for the full power treads. He doesn't actually have much health regen, but there is a salve on somewhere. He's going to share that now.
Yeah, I think Tread's obviously the more aggressive option. Nat's actually here for a gank.
Yeah, he has turned up. He's stolen Bulwark. Oh, he also has the Aether Remnant from the Void.
I was like, wow, Nat really started with Remnant? That's so poor. How does he know he's going to hit it? And he just lifted the guy back into it.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Good combo, good combo. I mean, God's Rebuke, not the most amazing spell for Rubik to steal, but there wasn't really much option there.
It's always funny because he casts it, and because of the way the auto attack works, he then attacks him afterwards, I think.
Yeah, it fires out an auto. It looks really dumb, yeah. Look at the bashes onto Weaver. They've even dropped the dust. But unfortunately, they will not get the kill because Sakuchi gives him way too much move speed. This would be a great kill for the Radiant because it means 2 earn charges. And Juju comes in for the gank with the double damage rune, so easy going to pick up 2 kills. You're not escaping that, Kiwi. He still had a second step. Just in range for the double earn of charge. Look at him, 30 health.
That's super nice for Weaver. And yeah, really great TP from Juju, just recognizing the overcommitment. Teleports straight up with the rune. Double kill for him.
Yeah, certainly very nice. What is Nat doing now? Looking for another gank? He needs a better spell to take. Anything from Void Spirit is good, apart from Resonant Pulse, which is pretty rubbish at rank 1.
I think Astral Step would be the best, right? Just pure damage, positioning.
What does he get?
He's going to get
Astral
Step.
Step.
Astral Step.
That is the one you want. I mean, he should have cast Resonant Pulse. When you're playing against Rubik mid, you've got to be so mindful of what spell you've recently used, because he's just going to yank any random spell from you when he sees you, so... Small misplay. That's just using it to farm. Or trying to, anyway.
Cooldown. I guess he gets cast range on it as well with Arcane Supremacy, so he's even more potent from afar. That's kind of crazy. I mean, Arcane Supremacy is such an amazing spell. Cast range and spell amp, like, what more do you want?
I guess it's like, I like the idea they made it. Rubik takes your spell, but he does better than you do with it.
Yeah.
Probably there's a little bit of fight going on. Have a gank from Hinder. TP'd from the bot lane. So has Miles, but he was a little bit too late. And when Rubik was in Dota first, he didn't get any benefit from stealing spells. It was just, you have their spell now. But yet that was enough for Denny to play it mid. And your E was, what, just magic resistance aura? That was it. Nothing else.
Yeah, it was.
None of this fancy, you know, buffs to your own spells. Now even when you steal a spell, you steal it with more debuff amp. So just so potent.
Yeah, you went from being better at countering spells to being better with them.
I mean, back then it used to just be you just look to steal the ultimates. That was kind of the whole point of Rubik. Oh, I suppose you have no cast point on the spells. That was the one thing he always got. 0.1 cast point on anything. So like Leshrac, Stun, Fissure, everything came out instantly. So you did have that one benefit going for you. Which I think you still get. Like, I think you just get, you know, point and click split earth is amazing. They found someone who was just hiding in the trees, but he was hiding way too close. There's no way he escapes this. Are they going to drop the arena? They don't need to. Just walk in front of him. Miss the spear. Oh, exclamation mark. Tim, I mean, the problem with spear is it comes out a little bit in front of your model, which I think he's just realized. That's how you miss them in melee range. If you want to avoid being hit by a Mars, you just hug him, because he'll miss the God's Rebuke as well. Happens every time.
That's painful.
It is.
I hate to see it.
Oh, somewhat. He's going to be found, though.
MMR is just a number.
Exactly. I don't know what I had to do with getting a solo kill on someone, but, but anyway.
On someone who's lower ranked than you as well.
Yeah. Using the voice lines inappropriately, that should be an offense. Level 9 Ruby. He's just farming with Fade Bolt. Actually, Juju's 9 as well.
Oh, TP top from him.
Yeah. He knows the dive.
There's no steps. He's been using them to farm too much. He's got one.
Oh, he's got one. He used like the most melee range step of all steps. Do they get the arena off in time? They do have. They don't have Chronosphere. What's Nat stolen? He's stolen Ice Path. Nice spell to steal, so they get the stun. Fade Bolt's coming out 1 second. There's the Fade Bolt. Oh, but they did manage to get a kill on Jabema in the bot lane, so that's nice.
As he was getting ganked as well. Kinder was down there.
Nat taking a little bit of damage is going to be fine. Can Cocopium escape? He's got 1 second for Sakuchi. Nope, he just gets stunned and then he dies. Oh, that just gets grabbed, but the wand is going to be enough, and that is going to escape on 50 HP. Tries to get in with the Remnant, but it's not going to be enough. Nice stun coming out from Miles. I think it's time to escape. Nope, the Chrono is up again.
He's not going to get in range for... Oh, the Mystic Flare's just in time.
And that yoinks it with the Fade Bolt. Yeah, Kinder coming in with the TP. Really good. Even a completely unbuffed level 1 Mystic Flare is 800 magic damage.
Yep.
Which is insane. I mean, that's like a rank 2 or even rank 3 Finger of Death. Such a good ability, Skyrath. I wonder how many times it's been buffed since it came out.
Oh, so much. Yeah, I think the mana cost has even gone down from what it used to be. He has null... I suppose the null talismans actually help with that, because it's a nice little...
Oh, they got revenge on Kiwi. Nice. Much lower cooldown arena compared to Chrono. Chrono's still 40-second longer cooldown.
Although I think it used to be 60, right, arena? They've given it 50% more cast time since Miles got released.
Oh, on the higher ranks of the ult, yeah, it used to scale, and they thought, no, that's dumb. Late game having arena up on every single encounter is a little bit too much, and I agree.
You definitely feel it now, though, when you play Mars.
Yes. Well, it was too low. I don't know why an ultimate that's that good had such a low cooldown. But yeah, they put it where it needs to be.
On that running out with the Sakuchi in mid.
Sakuchi, very nice to have. Decent bit of damage, gives him the mobility that he needs. Jabema, that's a good point. He's in the game. 0-2-0, he needs to get some charges on. That's the whole point of having this hero. The ganks.
Like he's going to opt to wait for the Shadow Blade to start getting active.
Yeah, Shadow Blade is very good on Spirit Breaker, but to try and go in as soon as he can. Looks like top lane is going to go down. Somewhat just needs to hide, probably escape even. They've even brought the Slark up here. Oh no, who have they found? They found Miles. There's the charge. Goodbye. Didn't steal any spells because he kept Sakuchi going in. A lot of damage onto the Slark. Picks him up. Oh, he does get the ult up just in time. They've taken the tower now. I think Slark's realized he needs to get out of there. Jabame will get the ultimate off. Yeah, there it is. Big Nether Strike. Bash as well. And then another bash with the Charge of Darkness.
This man and his bashes.
Still a ridiculous hero, Spirit Breaker. You already have like 5 seconds of guaranteed stun. Any RNG just makes it even more absurd.
Need to give him the Slardar treatment. Make Bash have a number of hits to proc. So you can always guarantee one on the charge, but then after that it's no RNG.
That would be interesting. Like maybe it's guaranteed on charge, but then yeah, it's 4 hits or something. But then you could charge one up for your gank. It would be too good.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
You guarantee a first hit Bash, right? But then after that you can't get bashed again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'd be okay for that actually. The Hon hero, instead it's on a cooldown. It's like Janada. So you have a guaranteed bash every like 10 seconds, but then you don't have one. It helps your laning a lot, of course.
Yeah.
But it means you don't have the RNG. But I think Spirit Breaker would be way stronger if you had a guaranteed one. Because then in lane, you just walk up and smack them.
And then just walk away.
Yeah, whereas now, you hit them and just hope for the best. 17% chance is not very high. Oh dear, somewhat taking a lot of damage. But Kinder's here, there's the silence. Do they need to drop the Mystic Flare? They don't even need to. Somewhat's there with the stun. They're trying to get a kill on Nat, but of course Nat just steals Astral Step and uses it to escape. Oh no, he's been caught by Peanut. The range! Backwards hello. Are they able to get Nat? Yeah, they will. Arena has been dropped. There's the Chrono as well. So many ultimates going on at the same time. Kinder just throws his ult off in time. Really good play by him. As he's dying, he recognized what target needs to go on to. 1 second for Kiwi. He's literally put his hands in the air, but he didn't able to. Did he still have the stick? Yeah, 10 charges. Oh, that would have actually been enough for him to get the jump off. So that went disastrously bad for the Dire. They even dropped the Chronosphere. Didn't matter.
They did get the Void Spirit from the Chrono, but yeah, I mean everything was like slightly too late. The Chronosphere was slightly too late to save Nat. The stick being not used on Kiwi, so he dies.
Here's the charge. There's the bash as well. Another bash? No. Ah, Nat gets it. TP's in, just immediately fade bolts. Went for a different build this time on Ruby. Went for Aetherland's first item. Always nice. What will go next? Will he go Travels again? Will he go Blink? Go Axe Rush?
He's not a quick buy player, Nat. He doesn't put stuff in his quick buy.
No, there's the kind of 3 types of players. Those who don't use it, those who put the next item in, that's me, and those who queue up their entire game in advance. I'm not a fan of that, but some people do it. I guess number 4, the people who troll by putting random stuff in for amusement. Juju, he missed, but he does still go in. Oh, still diving. Somewhat has lived way too long here. Finally, they just lob the spear at him. He's not even going Aghanim's Cocopium, even though there's a Faceless Void in the enemy team. He is going Diffusal Blade. I am not sure about that. What does that accomplish? I know it's a slow, but I find that's quite a weird item choice for a support Weaver.
Yeah, not that many people really care about their mana burn. So
oh,
really
there's the Arena. Massive silence onto the Mars so that he can't get the follow-up rebuke, but it looks like they're still going to easily get the kills. They're chasing Jabate Mel. He does have max rank Bulldoze, but it doesn't matter. He's still going to go down. Such clean kills coming out from the Radiant. Kiwi wasn't there, of course, but he only would have died if he was there, so probably a good thing.
No Chrono, so he's just happy to hit creeps for the meantime. I mean, this is what Ready need to do now. They need to start snowballing this game. They have a really good early game lineup.
Yes, they do. And Slark is going for Shadow Blades. He's going for aggressive sort of pick-off build rather than going for the early BKB. They're trying to go onto Kiwi. They actually do get the spear on him, which means now they're going to get the pounce as well. And does he drop the Chrono? No, he doesn't even have it. 9 seconds. That is a very, very well-timed kill. And of course, the tip's going into Kiwi. I think when you're the highest ranked player by about 2k MMR, you just kind of have to expect that kind of response every time you get killed. Sort of inevitable, part of the territory. Top lane, Jabate Mel goes in with the charge. Not entirely sure why. Bulldoze will keep him safe. I guess this is where Diffusal Blade would be quite nice. But he's going to be fine.
Maybe that's the plan. Is that when you go on the Spirit Breaker, you can slow his charge with Diffusal Blades. So you can't get away.
That's true. It is funny how a charge gives you bonus speed, but you can still be slowed.
I mean, the better item would just be a Force Staff, right? If you're going to do that, because then you can just force him out of his charge.
Does it stop the charge immediately?
Yeah, it does.
Debate Mail has the Shadow Blade now, and they weren't prepared for it.
Literally just arrived at the courier.
That is a good time to use it. They drop a sentry, and then they smoke. Arena is up, and Blink Dagger. I like Marses who do this. Big fan. Blink first Marses, so much better than Deso Mars or Vlad's Mars, whatever else. Oh, they've seen that. This is a fantastic kill opportunity. Come on, go for that. Go for that. Where are they going? They're running really far away. Just okay, Nat's chasing Cocopium. You're not going to kill Cocopium. Arena?
I don't know where he is.
They do now. Arena? They got him! Yes! There's the spear that hits under the sentry. Going to drop the Macropire as well. So absolutely slaughtering that. Very nice kill. I mean, that's their mid hero at the end of the day. Breaker charging in with the Shadow Blade. Oh, just backs off. Very boring. I definitely think that when you arrive with the charge, it should proc your Shadow Blade and you should come out of stealth immediately. Because it seems dumb that you can stay invis while charging. I don't like it.
Yeah, that would be an interesting change.
I mean, it procs bash, right? So maybe it should just do an auto attack at the end or something. An auto attack with a guaranteed bash. Maybe that would make him do too much damage. I don't know.
Even like the Sven treatment, right, where the auto attack doesn't apply. So maybe just lose the bash damage until you auto, but you guarantee a bash.
Yeah, something like that. I just think it's dumb that you can stay in stealth because by the time you react, he's still moving at 6,000 move speed.
Yeah, he's just gone.
Such an irritating hero to play against. Then again, I do quite like playing him.
Oh, Miles in trouble.
It's hard to see who's going where. Stolen Macropire, but yeah, Miles seems okay. Oh, there's a Diffusal Blade. Here we go. It didn't really do a lot in that Stolen Macropire. They're trying to get the kill onto Mars with Debate Mail, and that will yoink it with the most ridiculously long-range Fable I've ever seen. Missed God's Rebuke, unfortunately, but he does blink in and get the nice spear. Level 12, actually, on Debate Mail. Surprisingly high level for a Spirit Breaker.
Did Ted seriously toggle Bulwark after that spear? That is good reactions. Nat managed to steal Bulwark.
Oh, did he? Right, there we go. He's thinking about Rubik at all times, and having a toggleable spell is fantastic. Really smart. That is good play. That is remembering that there's a core Rubik in the game. Lots of people wouldn't really even register it until they've lost their spell for the 17th time. Kiwi is running around with Chrono up. Oh, this is a chance to get a kill. Oh, Chrono is dropped, but I don't think it's enough to kill Start. Never mind, it is because Kinder is here, and so it is absolutely a kill. Then they're out of there. Well, that went pretty much as badly as it could have gone. Yeah, Kinder's going to go down. Nice to simulate damage. There's the arena dropped. Oh, Nat just instantly killed yet again. Never mind. Actually, he's alive.
Bulwark.
And then he steals the Dissimulate, so he's able to escape. Yeah, turns out Bulwark actually quite a funny spell. Keeps you alive. Nat is able to escape. What is happening here, though? Ultimate onto Cocopium. Dissimulate. Gets the kill. Wow, Nat played really well in that fight. Big wand charge. Essence Ring. Steal the Dissimulate. He's out of there. Now he's got rank 3 Ice Path. Very nice.
Under reward right now as well.
Oh, Miles being charged by Japate Mail. Any bash?
Just the supports. Nat's walked away, but it should be enough to bring down this Firebird.
Yeah, he's going to die to the Ignite. No problem. Well, that is good for the dive because that is what they needed. Especially that kill on the slot. They just instantly thought, yep, Chrono, ult, dead.
The fight recap broken. It says it's only 100 gold advantage for the Dire.
Yeah, the fight recap gets very disjointed. If the fight lasts, like there's any break in the fight for more than like 5 seconds of fighting, it just gives up. So that was probably just the last kill.
Jakiro's death on it, actually.
Doesn't it? Oh, now it does. Now it's just the Jakiro's death. It's so broken.
Okay.
It treated it as 3 completely separate fights. It should really just wait a bit. There's the silence onto Slark, but he just gets away with the Shadow Blade. Juju has gone in massive burst damage. Going to get the kill on somewhat as well. Nice try. Escape from Debate Mail. Going to be cancelled by the pounce. To the Radiant instantly pick up 3 return kills. Not on any of the POS 1 or POS 2s, but still. That's nice.
Yeah, a bit of a weird aggressive play there from the Dire support and offlaner. They didn't really need to be there, right? But like, what were they trying to do? But they get punished for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Kiwi is being run at.
He is. I like that this Slark is continually taking sentries with him. He had 3 sentries with him. They're so cheap. You might as well carry some. I like that, especially because there's already a stealth hero in the game. So why go Dust and Slark when you can just do the sentrying yourself?
Yeah, true.
I really like that. An interesting choice of Witchblade on Void Spirit. I've never thought about it, but it does make sense. It's burst damage, it's just extra slow, it's int, it's attack speed.
And it applies when you use Astral Step, right? Because Astral
Yeah,
Step
instantly
applies
does.
auto attack.
I don't know if I would ever go it. What do I go instead on the hero? Maybe just like a Kaya. They'd actually drop the Chrono just to kill the Weaver. Well, there's the ultimate. So easy combo.
Kiwi's fed up with this bug.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Chrono dropped on a Weaver. 22 minutes into the game, I guess it's probably fine if you're not planning on doing a big fight. Because now you are quite weak for the next 2 and a bit minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Kiwi's in mode farm, right? He's going to take the free kill because he can. He's
That's
playing
true.
very passively. He knows the enemy team is in the area. He needs this BKB. He's going BKB into Mjolnir, it looks like, from his quick buy. So
Yeah, I like that.
going all in on Chrono, I think.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that, to be way to play. Especially when there's heroes like Slark and Void Spirit, your gameplay is just Chrono. You're never going to win any fight outside Chrono, so you might as well just capitalize for it. Maybe go refresh there. Oh, here's the charge. Dire, they're engaging. They're going aggressive even without the Chrono. They're saying, yeah, we can still fight, actually. We're going to go on the Slark. Slark is trying to get a kill onto Nat. Is he going to be able to? Nat's got Ice Path. Nice use of Ice Path. Kiwi, he's smacking Copium, but Copium is just able to escape. They drop the ultimate onto the Slark. Mystic Flare. Again, this is still rank 1 Mystic Flare 23 minutes into the game. Dude is doing so much damage. Oh, nice play from Jakira, but I think Mars is going to go down. Look how much he is slowed. 4 stacks of time dilation slow. I mean, how much slow is it per cooldown? 10% slow per cooldown. So a 40% slow.
Yeah, really good fight from Dire then. So they fought without Chrono and they completely walked over it. They took off the Mars before he can use Arena.
Yeah, it was a good start. I don't think you're going to catch Juju. They're going to try. He does still have an Astral Step. Yeah, I think Kaya and Sanj is what I do rush on Void Spirit. Oh, he doesn't get stunned. Just. He's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's a very common build. Oh, the
Kiwi got
Weaver
Copium again. No Mystic
what
Flare
about
either.
Skyra, Simon?
Yeah, silence is all it takes, and he has built exactly as I would have wanted him to on Skyrath. He's maxed the seal second, so 6-second duration silence. Absolutely crazy. -8-second Ancient Seal cooldown. What? That's a level 15 talent. That's as strong as some people's 25s. -8 seconds, only 14-second cooldown. That's 100% uptime. Is that really what? Some people get, I don't know, -2 seconds off their heal or something. -8 seconds, that's crazy. Some talents.
Even the other side talent is amazing. It's so much damage. Second arcane bolt for free. Just get a spell again for free.
Just get Aghanims, but as a level 15 talent. Yeah, sure, why not? Is this enough burst to kill Nat? They're trying. They've macro-pied him. Yeah, Nat's going to go down. No, he just manages to escape, and they drop another Mystic Flare. Though this time it only takes support. Though Juju, he's going to die so quickly after that. Nether Strike onto the Mars. Mars going down. Beautiful fight from the Dire.
That was really so close to living, and he'd stolen macro, so it would have been really nice to have, especially for this Roche. But they're going to do it anyway. They have the damage through Kiwi in the back. They have double batches actually on their team. This Roche should really never attack.
Oh, that's true. Well, Roche does take 50% less. Only 25% stage resistance actually. I thought Roche had 50%. Only 25%. It's like Sanj and Yasha, that's it. Well, yeah, very nice.
I think Sanj Yasha might be 20%.
Yeah, it was 25% and they nerfed it twice. To 22% and then to 20%. And they removed Satanic stage resistance. So I'm glad they really did a U-turn on it because it was ridiculous before. Cores that could just never be disabled.
For a Warlord?
Yes, to a Warlord.
The Dire's bottom tower doesn't even have arms to defend itself. What a brave.
So, Kiwi is in the spot that he wants to be in yet again. He's managed to get top 1 net worth. Still a pretty close game though.
Yeah, I fear that the later we go on, the better Chronosphere is going to become.
I agree, yeah. I guess one problem with
Chrono does have a long cooldown. I wonder if Kiwi will go for the Refresher at some point.
Just thinking about Refresher, and one of the problems with Void is they've cleverly designed him with such terrible int gain that you can never do 2 Chronos in a fight. I guess you keep Refresher just so the next fight you have it ready. But Refresher's quite expensive. They found him. No, he's managing to escape. He does have Aegis anyway and a BKB, so he wouldn't have died. They don't really have any instant stun on the Radiant team, because if they drop the Arena, you can BKB. If they drop Juju's Astral Step, you can BKB before the Remnant. But you can pretty much BKB anything that happens. So Kiwi is really safe this game. Let's have a look at player levels. Nothing really to talk about. All doing pretty well.
But 20's coming up for Slark and Faces Void, so both carries will hit 20 at the same time.
The Faces Void one is very, very good. 120 attack speed is crazy. I mean, it's just so good. So when he chronos, he can take down anybody. No problem. And he's going to have Mjolnir soon. Obviously, it's incredible.
So flying out, I reckon with this Aegis, it's time to take tier 2 towers, right? Imagine Kiwi is saying, guys, come bottom. I'm strong, I'm strong.
Exactly. Mjolnir actually increases the power of the lightning by 40 damage. So I think that's why it's better than Gleipnir if you just want raw DPS, as well as the attack speed, of course. But there it is. All right.
Yeah, you don't really need the Gleipnir on someone like Faces Void, right? Chrono is the same thing, but just a lot better.
I mean, when you're a hero who is thinking about Mjolnir or Gleipnir, like a Weaver or something, I know the lockdown is good, but in terms of raw damage, the Mjolnir lightning strikes are a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Which I think is overlooked. And also, Mjolnir strikes up to 12 targets for some reason, whereas I think Gleipnir and Maelstrom aren't that many. They're going really hard onto the void, but they know he's got an Aegis, which means if they kill him now, he's just going to come back to life. He does have a BKB as well. They're just going to immediately back. But Nat says, nope, you cannot back. Or can they? BKB dropped by Mars. Okay, they're going to look at each other. I don't think this is an engage, Mars. No, I don't think that's the engage. Or they're going to try. Actually, is it? Is it? Are they able to get... They blow him up so quickly. Drop the Mystic Flow on top of Mars. That does get the kill on him. Fantastic Ice Path from Miles. But they aren't able to see Debate Mail because Bind Detection is overrated. Never mind, here it is. They actually have the Shard on Weaver. So they will get the kill. Wow, the blowing up of the face for the second time, I really thought he'd just BKB and he'd be fine. But they managed to still get him. Don't know how that happened.
Yeah, impressive fight from Radiant. Really what they needed. I think that he really wanted to hesitate, you know, save BKB for my second life, it's fine. I think if he just BKBs and chronos him there, they just die. His team was in position to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Little mistakes, right? They add up and he ends up dying. Doesn't use BKB and loses the Aegis, so now their advantage is completely gone. Clark now 2 levels ahead.
Is he now? Okay, yeah. That's Slark taking his place at rank 1 on the net worth and being higher level. How much agi does he have free as well? At 11 permanent agi. Okay, that's nothing game changing, but still nice to have.
Yeah, and they jump up to 60% win probability, so it was maybe 60% in favor of Dire, and now it's 60% in Radiant, so a huge swing fight, that one.
Well, it turns out both teams are incredibly balanced. So I like it. Yeah, I mean, either core can take this. Slark, I think, traditionally is countered by Faceless Void, but if they can get on top of him, blow him up immediately, like they did that last fight, then they're in a good position. We'll see if they can do it
Immediate
again.
smoke from Dire. There's an Aghanims on Void Spirit now, so the double Resonant Pulse plus Silence. I think the mid matchup gets very scary late game, because Void Spirit will do so much more than Rubik can, but
yeah.
we'll see a big fight kickoff here soon, I think.
But he doesn't rely on stealing any spells. He just goes in, unloads every button at once, and just causes so much havoc. Yeah, went for an interesting build. I probably would have gone the E-Blade, especially seeing there's a Faceless Void. Instead of going for Kyra and Sanj, I would have taken the alternative route. But yeah, he's still doing a lot of damage. They smoke, he immediately breaks it because he's farming a camp. I also smoke, but this time with actually 5 heroes, and they have Chrono. So Rubik has stolen the spell. He's got a Spear of Mars.
They don't seem to know where they are, though. They are doing what they do typically in Inhouses and dance around the other side of the map to each other.
Yeah, but Radiant are much closer to a tower, so they can finally take a tier 2 tower and then just take the outpost. Whereas Radiant, they're not really in a position to do that, so they're just going to wander around a little bit more. They are going to TP back, it's just Nat at the moment. This would be a great kill to get. He's still in smoke, so they know he's smoked, but it means it's quite difficult to engage on him. Rest of Dire are just kind of walking across the map, taking a little stroll. He was farming the bot lane.
An Atos and Skyroth as well. I didn't realize Kindo had finished this. I mean, it's 30 minutes in. You would hope he would have.
Yeah, I guess Atos is just so good on Skyroth. I probably don't want to skip it.
I guess you could probably sort of kill the Void Spirit if you
Oh, they're going on the Rubik. Yeah, look at the damage dude does. Absolutely crazy. How much Spell Amp does he have? Only 16%. He does have a Spell Amp talent, which is 12%, which he's now picked up. So now it is a lot more, 28% Spell Amp. Crazy burst. He didn't even use both Astral Steps and Resonant Pulses. But anyway, there's the tier 2
Mars alone
tower.
did half his health with just Spear and W.
Well, Rubik's got very poor armor. 12 armor. So Mars says, well, I've got 200 right-click damage. God's Rebuke is a 270% crit. Actually quite crazy.
This game is all about who gets the initiation on who. If they get a good Chronosphere at the start of the fight, they win the fight. If the enemy team get a good, Mars Arena Spear combo at the start of the fight, they win the fight. It literally comes down to who has the better positioning and warding and who gets the jump.
I like games like that because it's anybody's game, and this is exactly the same as last game, up to at least the half-an-hour mark. The net worth was never different by more than a few percent. I mean, at the moment, it's 1k difference. They found Void. Are they able to burst in? No, they don't, because he does get BKB off. This is what I mean by no immediate lockdown. The only other lockdown they have after Mars getting the spear is Ice Path. They really need something instant. Whoa, Jabatemar's going fast.
Where is he going?
Oh, he's going to the bot lane, okay.
Bot lane.
I like trying to track him with the camera, that's always fun. But anyway, he's gone. Out of there.
Yeah, they do have the silence from Void Spirit, so it can cause a little bit of panic. But like you say, it's not instant. So maybe a Hex for Juju could be a good idea.
Yeah, I like that. I definitely would be going Hex this game.
I also think he needs to think about his own survivability, right? If he gets chronoed, he's just dead right now. He doesn't really have anything to keep him alive. So Aeon Disc always a good counter.
Aeon Disc is quite nice. I agree. What did he steal? Takuchi, okay. He's gone BKB on the Rubik as well, I noticed.
Got the damage onto the Weaver.
Yeah, crazy. Oh, goodbye.
More stuff? Not enough.
Nope, died. Interestingly, the amp from Skywrath actually makes Spirit Breaker's charge hit a lot harder, because Spirit Breaker's damage is almost all magic damage. He is engaging onto the Mars. Mars isn't able to get the BKB off, just gets bashed again anyway, and then dies. Oh, stolen Macropire, but doesn't seem to do a lot, actually. It does if you just pull him back into it, and then Atos him inside it. Poor Jakiro just being bullied, and who have they managed to find bot lane? A bit of a fight going here. Kiwi actually goes down to the Slark. That is not what you wanted to happen. He's still got the BKB. He's got a Satanic on the Slark. He actually can dispel the bash as well. He's not able to get Nat. Oh, Nat jumping away. Nat gets taunted. He jumps into Juju's Aether Remnant, which happened to be up there. Trying to burst Juju. Actually does have enough burst. Oh, not quite. Really close, and Nat manages to escape. What an epic duel that was, but it looks like...
Someone's going to die here.
Yeah. He's still out for Blubbies. He's going to back off. Satanic on the Slark. I mean, that is the survivability, I suppose.
Yeah, I think you missed what happened because of the fight in mid, but the Void Spirit and the Slark, they knew the Void was farming down here. They both just made a beeline for him. They called him out. The Chrono was used. The Slark didn't die. Up the ult on the Satanic. And just after that, nothing else he could do. Just got beaten to death.
Well, they do find a kill in the mid lane there. Hoping is going to go down. Kinder is having a lot of impact. Who's got the most assists, though? I saw someone with 16. It's actually the Ogre. It was Bloodlust. I don't know if that contributes to assists. Probably does.
Probably, knowing Dota.
Oh, there's the pause. Oh, someone desperate for the toilet, I suppose.
Yeah, I think this Weaver build is very weird. He's going Lotus now as well. I don't know whether it's to try and counter Skywrath. What's the Lotus good against this game?
Skywrath silence you can dispel, which is the main thing.
The other option is that you build, well, maybe what I would have done is build a Force Staff, because you can't be beaten up by a Skywrath if you can push whoever's being hit by it. I mean, sure, if you're the one in the Chrono, then you're kind of screwed, but it's not going to help you anyway. You're still going to die.
I've never thought about this, actually, for some reason, but if you pop Lotus Orb on yourself and then Spirit Breaker charges you, do you start running at Spirit Breaker globally? Because that makes sense, right? Do you just...
It does. I think you do, yeah, but you obviously can cancel it at any point.
Yeah, but do you just start randomly charging towards the Spirit Breaker?
I think you do.
And you have some epic collision, except you don't have Greater Bash, so obviously you just get stunned. But I've never thought about that. That's a good way to abuse someone with the Lotus Orb to pull him towards your team. I've just never thought about that, but
I can double check it. I think you do start charging, but because you're usually clicking around on the map, you cancel it instantly.
Yeah, I would have thought so. But anyway, I'm in full agreement with the Weaver's build being quite unusual. I see why he went Diffusal, but I really think he needs an Aghanims more than anything else.
Aghanims would have, yeah, I mean, it would have been so good. I would have liked the Aghanims Blink build on Weaver, because you can play really safe and just save wherever you need to.
Or Aether Lens. Those are the sort of the options. But yeah, I like Blink against Chronos, especially. You can also blink away from Atos if you see Atos coming at you. Quick blink.
I also think that the point of building Lotus here is to save your core who might get silenced, but the cores have BKBs. I mean, the Slug now has 2 dispels with the Satanic as well. I guess Void Spirit doesn't have one, so maybe that he's building it because the Void Spirit's like, I want to be super greedy, I don't want to build a BKB, just help me out. And the Lotus will help him out there, so that's good, I guess.
I just feel like that's part of the benefit of having Weaver in your draft at all. Having Weaver as a support who doesn't build Aghanims makes him a very different hero. And I'll be interested to see how much least contribute by the end of the game in terms of damage.
Yeah, I mean, the bugs do a surprising amount of damage.
They do.
And I guess
actually,
the damage through the armor amp is not recorded, right? Because it's just given to the person who did the actual damage at the end of the day. So you don't see it, but
yeah, that's interesting.
The effect that it has is huge.
Wait, let's have a look, see if there's a fight first before we talk about some other theory crafting.
There is dead.
Oh, the spear's missed. Kinder, is he going to drop the ultimate? No, he doesn't actually have it, that's why.
Kinder is dead.
He just dodges everything just by walking.
Kinder is dead.
Yeah, he's still dead. The Dire team are like completely surrounding him, but not able to help him.
Yeah.
Somewhat is hiding in the trees. Okay, he does manage to TP out. Okay, now they're going to take Roche. It's the second Roche who does have Ag Shard. Shard's nice
shard
for Slark. Yeah, I think it's got to be a Slark shard. I mean, interestingly, the Mars already has his own shard. I tend not to buy it.
Everyone has one, but the Slark.
Well, free for Slark. In Final Fantasy, there's a sort of external program which tracks how much damage you do to a boss, but it factors in buffs that you give to other players and debuffs you put on the boss to make it take more damage. So it gives like an adjusted value. So it would be cool to be like, this is how much damage Ogre's provided with Bloodlust. Like if the game could calculate how much damage the core did extra because they had bonus attack speed from Bloodlust, to sort of see your contribution higher than it would be.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Something like that. I don't know why they don't show debuff time, because the game does track it, because things like Open Dota can work it out. But yeah, it doesn't show on the scoreboard, but I'd love to know like amount of lockdown provided.
The question would be, does Open Dota know it because it passes the replay and physically counts it on its own end?
Whoa, debate mail. Found a kill Opium solo. That's the power of the Kyra and Yasha now as well, and the extra move speed you get from Charged Dance. Look how far.
And Spider's legs.
Look, see you later. 1100 speed.
1171 movement speed.
And still 1006 without anything popped. No phase boots, no bulldoze.
Christ. What a hero.
What a hero. I might pass the replay itself, which would be pretty clever of them, but I really think that'd be a great stat to show, because you know how stat-obsessed everybody is, but I feel like if supports got more stats showed to them, they'd feel like they were contributing more. Like imagine a Lion, I only did 12k damage that game, but I provided 207 seconds of CC, you'd be like, oh, Lion did a good job.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and same, I hate this on Omni Knight, you look like you've done no damage, no healing. Because Heavenly Grace, massive heal per second, and all the strength you give someone doesn't count for anything, doesn't count as healing, even though you are providing
HP regen,
them.
isn't it?
But it doesn't. Yeah, but you don't get any stats for it, so it looks like you've done nothing, even though you know you've done well. And you could say good players know what they've done, but I think it's still nice to show people the stats. But anyway, let's see if they ever do that. Maybe next spring cleaning.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the game's still in beta, right? Well, maybe when it's in.
That's true.
When it's released.
I mean, they did clean up the tooltips a lot, so fair play. I've moaned about them for so many years, and they actually have made them better. And the biggest change, finally, Winter Wyvern. You do have to hold down ult, albeit, but it does tell you now about the ult ending early. So new players are no longer like, what has happened to my ultimate? It does say.
That was so dumb.
Yeah, you do have to hold down ult, which I don't think most players would do anyway, but it technically is there somewhere. Oh, there's a charge. Who's that charge going on? Oh, straight onto the Slark. Then he jumps away instantly. You just have no time to react to a Spirit Breaker because he walks away at 540 move speed after that. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, you have Jakira, so you have the ultimate high ground push. Or a little, what do you call it, like chip damage away at the tower. As long as you have vision, Jakira will take the tower. The damage coming out from Liquid Frost is absurd. Why the max health damage works on towers, I don't know.
Yeah.
And it stuns the tower as well. Look at this tower, it's not doing anything.
It's Bloodlust versus Liquid Fire.
Liquid Fire is the winner, I'm afraid, here. Look at the range. What is his attack range? Oh, he's also got an Enchanted Quiver. Enchanted Quiver with 325 attack range. He's got over 1,000 attack range. Debate Mail goes straight on Jakira. They do actually manage to get a big Chrono Spear. That is a 4-man Chrono. Instantly killing Kokopium as well. Time to get Mars. Only 2 heroes alive, though there is an Aegis on the Slark. No, he's going to leave. He realizes that he's a bit of more than he can chew. There's the Agshard, and Juju is able to escape, but Nat is hot on his trail. He's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing. He is found by someone because they have a nice ward on the cliff. Beautiful Chrono. 4-man Chrono. The speed he killed that Weaver.
4-hit him, like straight up 4-hit him.
And does he have the attack speed talent? Yeah, he does. Now he's gone 20% backtrack as well.
That's a super nice one. Makes you really tanky to things like Mars Arena, where it's kind of constant damage over time. You can dodge 1 or 2 avoid spirit spells, and it's a huge chunk of damage just completely missed.
Yeah.
Really nice talent.
It's a great talent. It can be broken, so they did add some counterplay, but it can't be MKB. No True Strike works against it, so it's a very nice talent. The days when
we saw that there, exactly what we said earlier. The initiation is the team that won the fight. The Spirit Breaker charge made them all group up, and the Chrono afterwards completely, just won the fight instantly.
That is,
and I think it's a great approach that they have. They killed the supports instantly, like no chance for the supports to do anything in that fight.
They still had enough left over to kill the cores pretty much instantly, apart from the Slark, who had Aegis. So who cares about Aegis? Kill the other 4 heroes without Aegis, and then we've won. That was the right action. I mean, the bait is so important in Dota, because that's how I've won the last few games. People get so... like, they split out perfectly, right? Oh, wow. Are they actually just going to go straight in for Nat? I'm not sure. He's going to try. He drops the BKB. But look at the stun coming out from Debate Mail as well, even straight through the cloud.
He's crazy to keep going.
He is. He's still fighting though. Look how much damage he's taking. He's got Aegis.
They're baiting out the Aegis. Yeah, they're waiting 15 seconds. I guess that's why he wanted to try and take this fight, see if he can get a pick off, knowing that his chance of him dying is low. And he does have the Depth Shroud, so he still has that shard available.
Depth Shroud is really good against Chrono. Oh, they just gone now. They know it. They're gonna have a 5 versus 5 fight. Mars goes in, drops the arena, traps 3 people in it. Doesn't get the BKB off in time. Now he does. Big damage. Massive double spear, of course. And like you said, it's the team with the engage that wins. And there's easy 2 kills, converting them into 3 if they can get Jabetmo. Jabetmo tries to charge away, gets stopped by the Liquid Frost. It looks like Sky's going to go down. 5 of the quickest kills you've ever seen, starting with a perfect 3-man arena. Oh, there you go. It's just whoever engages first.
Value.
Yeah, the double spear was crazy.
They didn't have the BKB up on Rubik either, so there was no way Nat was getting away.
Yeah, brilliant. Really good play. Oh, there you go. And now Slark back on top. 15 Agi this time. Any other new items since then? Not really. Holding 2,700 gold. Full Skadi though. He's quite tanky. He's got Essence Shift duration, so he's keeping that Agi for a long time. 2.5 minutes you get to keep 72 free Agi. Well, not really free. You did take it from them.
They're going to get 2 lanes of racks here. I don't think they're going to want to buy back here on Void.
It's the age-old question. When your buyback's ticking down, at what point is it not worth it anymore? Yeah, 2 lanes of racks at minimum. Maybe even 3 lanes, honestly. He's dead for so long, and the first person up is only Skywrath. You can't do anything until your whole team's up. Maybe I would be going for both melees. Or at least the other tier 3 tower. Like, take the melee, then run for the tier 3. No, they think they can do it all. I mean, this would be the complete game over, just from 1 fight, because they didn't have buybacks. Well, they did have 3 buybacks, they just didn't want to commit 2 of the buybacks.
Here we go.
Last tower. How many ignites did he throw? A maximum number. There's the buyback from Faces 4. He didn't really want to. He does have Chrono. He gets that 3-man Chrono. There it is. There's the buyback. Immediate Skyrath on top of Kiwi. That's going to be the first kill. Juju is trying to get a kill on Skyrath. Does manage it, though. Are they able to get anyone else? They did get the Weaver and the Jakiro.
They got the charge onto him.
Oh, this is good. Look at the damage that he does. He holds it because he knows an ice path. What was the damage from that Nether Strike as well? Just 475. Where's he charging now? Just a mid lane?
Mid lane. He's like, I'm going to get the rags on my own, but they have 4 buybacks on Radiant. I don't think you're getting anything.
Oh, it
does stop the charge.
It does. Nice to know. Nice to know. I mean, that's quite impressive when he's charging at that move speed. Okay, there is 4 buybacks, though. There is 4 buybacks.
You will not get this wave.
Oh, there's still a tier 1 tower alive in the top lane. I mean, that's not good because now Radiant... Well, they have a glyph anyway, but now they can glyph it. They can glyph it again. Are they going to glyph it? Nope, no one's paying attention, so it goes down. I mean, this is a game of engages.
The Mars has a refresher orb.
I've not seen that on Mars before. I mean, I know offlaners tend to go refresher for their ultimates, but what is it? Double arena? Is that work?
Double arena stun, pretty good. Double BKB.
Can you arena? Yeah, spear them into it and put another arena just a little bit back, and they're trapped between the 2 arenas, taking the double damage, like being a ping pong between.
The spear wouldn't put them past the first one, right?
No, but first you put them past the first. You spear them into the wall, then you step back a tiny bit, drop the second one.
I see.
And so they're like,
I don't think they'd be hit by the. They wouldn't be hit by the inside one because the dudes only hit people on the inside of the arena.
Oh yeah, that's true. So you can't do it on both.
They would be technically trapped and being hit constantly by the second one, but they wouldn't take 2 hits.
Yeah, maybe you're right. They don't hit behind.
But you could almost like Venn diagram it so that they're being hit by 2 different sides of 2 different arenas. Oh god.
I mean, Double arena makes a bit of sense with the double spear. The spear is already a 3.6 second stun, so it's pretty crazy if you can get 2 of them. Also, double BKBs in late games. I mean, I've lost games to cores who went Refresher as a 6th item instead of another damage item and just doubled their BKB because we thought, we win when their BKB ran out. But 12-second BKB every fight is crazy. So
it's 50% longer than the full time one. Even a 9-second BKB feels very strong.
Exactly. I think.
Plus, you get all your spells back. I mean, what's not to love?
I think Refresher is an underrated core item. I think you see it on offlaners and maybe the odd support, but I think you should buy it more on POS ones.
Yeah, I mean, Kiwi should 100% get one this game. He's going Butterfly. Maybe he just doesn't really have the space for it. He has to sell his boots now.
Yeah, I'd like Refresher.
Void has the mana problems, right? Like you said. Like at the moment, I don't think you can cast Refresher and 2 Chronos, and that's all you can cast. Like you can't even use Time Walk. So he needed to build a mana item. I don't know what the mana item would be, though.
But I think Refresher's good on Void even if you can't cast 2 in a fight, because you win the fight when you chrono, guaranteed, but then you can win the buyback fight afterwards. Otherwise, it's 160 seconds where you basically don't do anything. You just wander around in circles waiting for it to be up. So that's why I'm a big fan. Oh, it's 140 seconds. Okay, the cooldown's slightly low. But I like having it just because the next fight you've got it available. You don't have to have 2 chronos in one fight. Because you can't really get a mana item on Void. Are there any damage items that give mana?
I'm looking at.
Bloodthorn's got only
240 mana.
20 int is not a lot, though. Skadi gives mana. He doesn't have Skadi. Skadi gives like...
Skadi is the one, yeah.
22 int, I think it is. Yeah, 264 mana. That could be decent. You get a bit from Manta. Lincoln Sphere. I don't know. There's not a lot. You know, funnily enough, Revenant's Brooch is not actually bad on some cores.
Yeah, especially if they're going Ghost Scepters. It's like it's a different to E-Blade, right?
Yeah, but have a look at...
Only 4 attacks.
I think it's 5 hits, but look at Slark. 60% physical resist, 25% magic resist. I mean, that's a big difference, right? I heard Spirit Breaker just gets a solo kill yet again. The amount of damage he does when he arrives with charge must be absolutely absurd. And here's another stupid thing. The movement speed as damage as Bash also is amplified, so it goes up to 64% of your speed instead. Which is, you know, something like 700 damage by the time you arrive, or more? No, 1800 move speed he got. So you can do over 1000 magic damage with 1 greater bash. I mean, that is just nutty. Oh, there's the arena, but the BKB was pop chrono. Oh, they're going to go on the start. Look at the damage. They dropped the ultimate from Skywrath, but it doesn't even matter. Kiwi had enough damage. 2 buybacks drop. But that's the power of buyback, remember? There's no chrono now, and you have to deal with 5 heroes. Refresher used by the Mars. I don't know if they even know there's a refresher. Slark is going in very, very aggressively, but he does not have access to pounce. He's got to be really careful here. He's taking a lot of damage here. He didn't get the Dark Pact off. Oh no, that is really bad because that was a buyback. They dropped the second arena, but all they're able to get is the Skywrath. Looks like Jakiro just being bashed to death as well. Oh, now Mars is going to go down. This is probably the game. Really bad fight for the Radiant. Oh dear, Kiwi.
Can they catch the Void Spirit? They can. The charge coming through. Charges into Roche.
Yeah, perfect.
This Roche was so important. I mean, they always need to try and buy back for it. They're actually quite low on die in terms of resources. This Roche has a refresher on it.
Refresher for Void.
Get it for free.
And that doesn't cost any mana whatsoever, so it is so much better. I mean, that's actually better than having Agnums, I think, when you're a hero like Faceless Void. Or you're a hero like, I don't know, Tide Hunter or something. He's going to pick up everything. He's got the cheese, he's got the shard.
It's a haste rune.
Ah, this is good.
I mean, MVP of that fight, he completely died for it, was the Kinder Skywrath. Walked in past the Mars to silence the Slark after his ult. And that's pretty much the sole reason why the Slark died.
Yeah, it was prioritizing the target. I will do anything to kill the Slark. And they did, and that was it. They didn't have a second chrono, but they still managed to kill Slark. And, I mean, this is the repeat of what happened with the Radiant, right? Radiant walked in and nearly cleaned out the entire base. The problem is Void is a pretty rubbish tower hit. I mean, look at this. This is like a 6-slotted core. This is quite pathetic, actually. How slowly he's hitting the building.
He doesn't have Bloodlust. No,
okay, it's a bit better, but look, it's just not good. I mean, that is the problem with Void. He does have Trix's Cloak, to be fair. And not an actual damage item, but still. I mean, they're barely going to take 1 lane of racks, actually. So Radiant are still fine, but look at the gold difference. It's now 25k gold difference, which is pretty nasty. Yeah,
he's going to have Chrono up in 8 seconds, so the Slark's going to come alive and he's going to have double Chrono. Admittedly, one of them is sat in his backpack, which isn't much help to him.
I'd rather have a Quarterstaff here. Much better than a Chrono. I would swap that in for anything. Even the cheese is better, or treads. Anything's better than a
Yeah.
quarterstaff. What is the quarterstaff doing there?
Especially when the attack speed you're going to get will be within the chrono you get from using your refresher up. But they're just going to go back for now, play it safe.
So they managed to take melee racks and another tier 3 tower, so not a massive game-changing affair. Looks like we're having 2 really long games tonight, because the first one was 58 minutes. This one's just hit 50 minutes.
And so back and forth as well.
Really,
Look
really.
at that. Look at the win probability graph just off that one rush.
Here we go. He's ready with the chrono. Chrono onto the slug. He does get it. Do they have any damage to drop on top of it? Yeah, there's the Scarab. Yet again, Kinder is always in the right position. Doesn't even have a blink dagger. Atos is Jakiro. Looks like it's going to be a second kill. I think that's probably going to be game. All they had to do was chrono the start. They have no save on their team because Weaver did not go for Aghanims, which is pretty much... Look at the damage that Bash did. It was over half his HP.
Damage. Oh my God.
That is so much damage. And look at Mars. He's in BKB. Does Kiwi care? Or Jabate Mail?
Bait
No.
Mail as a refresher.
Does it on... What? Refresh on Spirit Breaker. That's actually crazy. I mean, all his cooldowns are like 2 seconds. That damage is not fair. What is that? Why is... He's got a 25% greater bash talent damage. I mean, I
You
don't
don't
know.
want to walk forward here. Miles is going to walk forward and just die.
That's,
haven't got a
that
cooldown.
is insane. I mean, the cooldown of your charge is only 7 seconds and your ult is 50, but I guess Refresher means you can chain them one after the other. You can double Silver Edge as well.
They're like, we can't pit buildings, guys. Get as quickly as we're
They are really, really rubbish at hitting buildings, that is true. He has now finally
Force
bought
him in,
Refresher.
force him in. The Kokian's AFK, he's modding, he's done, head's gone. They both had a 4-star actually, neither of them forced him.
He didn't even build the Lotus Orb. He went 4 stars instead.
This defusal, I think, really was the downfall. I mean, it's 2,500 gold, right? That's over half of your Aghanims.
Yeah, it is, yeah. 2,600, I think. It's an expensive item when you're trying to go for Ags. And when you're a support, you have to be so careful with your funds. And I think he was just not quite correct.
Yeah, I think he really needs to be playing safe here, knowing that Chrono on a Slark, for example, is just Slark's death if he doesn't get his ult off.
Look how long the Macropier lasts, the Rubik Macropier. It just lasts forever.
It has the Aghanims buff, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God, Mars is like walking out of his base like, I can't.
Can you get Kiwi? Kiwi does have Refresher. He's not used it. He's holding it. He does use it. There it is. Big Chrono. Kill Kokopium yet again. Get the kill on Jakiro. Only one hero alive, and it is the Slark. He's going to try. The Bash? Where's the Refresher? He doesn't have it.
Got the Depth Shroud.
Oh, the burst damage they have. GG. Looks like Kiwi managed to win 2 games. But he didn't.
Team wins twice.
Whoa. Ben is immediately disconnected to get the early DC in. That happens. Oh, what was that team called? 2 heads, no brain victory, yeah? Well, they did have Ogre Magi. Have a look at the damage dealt. So, Weaver's damage, so 16,000. I just felt like Diffuser didn't provide enough there. Whereas look at the Dyer's damage. Everyone. Did you believe that Skywrath didn't even do the didn't even do more damage than Ogre? Someone actually doing more damage.
What?
It's yeah, that's crazy. I guess you didn't really see it, but 14k ignite, 8,500 with the Fire Blast as well.
God, Ignite is crazy damage actually.
Yeah.
That spell is really, really good.
6,000 ignite damage onto Mars alone. That is a lot. That's more than everyone else, like doubled. But yeah, what did you tune back into, Karen? A pretty insane game. Have a look at the graph again. What, 45 minutes into the game, and it was anyone's game. And then finally Dyer won a few good fights.
Yeah, I just think the itemization from the Dire team was a lot better in this game. They have the 4 staffs on both supports.
Yeah.
You have the 4 staff on Weaver that was bought late that you don't have. You do have one on Jakiro. You have a Glimmer, which doesn't really help you against Chrono, so a little bit rough. I think they needed to play around the fact that Chrono is how the Dire wins this game. They Chrono your slot, they Chrono your Void Spirit. And if they manage to kill that hero within Chrono's duration, you just lose the fight. What can you do? Like, you just lost a hero.
But they have no Aghanims on Weaver. They've got no Aeon Discs. They've got no Wind Wakers. I mean, there are solutions to Chrono, and they kind of just ignored all of them and just went like, we're fine, we're probably okay. And they weren't okay because Chrono is a very good spell. So,
Yeah, like Jakiro has Glimmercate Ags, right? If you put that together, you have an E-Blade, which can save someone during Chrono. Although I suppose you're amping the damage for Skywrath, yeah, sure, but
yeah,
that's probably the best bet you've got. Like, what else can you put on someone that means they don't get blown up by one or the other?
well, yeah, it would have to be Wind Waker is very good.
Yeah, that's probably the only
It's
item.
expensive, but if the game goes 50 minutes, it's the ultimate save. That's why I would have probably gone on that Void Spirit. You go Aeon Disc, so you get Chrono on Slark. Well, 2.5 seconds of the Chrono, or was it 3 seconds? You're completely immune to damage, so you will be fine. And the Skyr I thought won't do anything to you either. Then you force the Void to go Nullifier as well.
Yeah.
I just think they just went for no Chrono counters whatsoever. The Aghanims on Weaver, I think, was the biggest shame. So he went for an aggressive early game build.
It's the true counter to everything, right? Because the Nullifier can't dispel that item. You cannot dispel someone just getting time lapse. So it would have been the MVP of this game, but unfortunately it didn't happen.
Yeah, you just instantly get rid of everything. But oh well, it was still a good game, and the Radiant had a good chance to win, but fortunately they didn't. But two very, very nicely well-balanced games, so it looks like the player draft went well. And interestingly, Kiwi was not the first person to be drafted. It was Ted, and he did play very well, but no, Kiwi managed to win twice.